The Comoro Islands, a land of investments. A land where youth is a development potential. A land of legendarily warm welcome. A land where ecotourism becomes an investment at the service of ecology, both marine and terrestrial. A land where the Union of the Comoros aim to develop solidarity tourism in the Indian Ocean. Investing in the Comoro Islands means to be present at the crossroads between the Orient and the Occident, a region of the world highly attractive to tourists. Discover the Comoro archipelago, the unknown, whose future is bright for both tourists and investors. A cozy spot in the world where investment opportunities are enormous, with the golden or white-sanded beach sites, which can house lodges. The rocky creeks and their turquoise waters really are small paradises. In Ngazija, Buni and Malé are pearls of beauty. In Moeli, the Chindini Cascade at the bottom of the lagoon has become a natural shelter for the globetrotters. Finally, Anjouan, with its most beautiful seaside resort, Moya, lets people enjoy several nautical activities.
The Comoro archipelago is a beautiful country where everything remains to be done, as it is still quite untouched.
Do come to the Comoros. Everything is now peaceful.
The future of Comoros, as I see it, is that of a magnificent destination for tourists and investors alike. It is a hospitable country by nature.
Investing in the Comoro Islands is investing in a land where opportunities are innumerable. The banking sector in the Comoros is composed of 3 commercial banks, of 1 development bank, and of 2 mutual savings and credit networks. The National Post and Financial Services Company houses the National Savings Bank, the Czech Post Accounts, and the Western Union. The Comorian currency is the Comorian franc, which is exchanged at 491.96 Comorian francs for €1. With some 800,000 inhabitants, the Comoro Islands, which used to be disturbed by separatist crisis, have now resumed stability and won the international authorities' support back.
Currently, I think that our main message is to promote partnership with local operators, which is a guarantee of success. And, of course, to come. The new investment code is the best in the Indian Ocean, the most attractive. It proposes tax exoneration for 10 years, both fiscal and customary. Both Comorian and foreign investors are treated the same way, which means that foreign investors are free to transfer funds and benefits whichever way they want. There are investors who have been here for 10 years, and we are confident that they will continue investing. It is a destination of a rare kind for investors, where everything is to be built and golden opportunities just wait to be seized. Thus, our group is closely considering building its first hotel, which we have bought and refitted. We have projects in Anjouan and Moeli, touristic projects which take into account the nature and the assets of each island. Of course, we have a grand project which is dear to everyone here, how to link the islands. The Tomaya Comoros Ports is a dream project with the aims to link up the islands by their closest points, by building small harbors for passengers and goods, so that the journey can be done in one day, even the return trip. It used to take up 6 to 7 hours between Moroni and Mutsamudu, which is way too much.
This new port prospect will be an asset for development in complement of the Anjouan commercial port, which is the economical lung of the country. Mutsamudu is thus a regional dispatch port for shipowners like Maersk's Sealand. Smaller ships join the islands together in wait of the small express launch ports. With conformity to international safety standards in mind, the Comoro Port Authority set up a ship inspection, security and control service for ships which want to berth in its ports. In the near future, communications with the link to the fiber optic cable will open the gate to the new technologies. The Comoro Islands are on the track of development, professional training is at the center of the government's policy, and all energies are gathering to offer the youth a modern world and employment.
The government is working with the private sector in order to set up this training facility. We take into account those touristic projects which will need qualified manpower on international standards, and we are going to sign a partnership convention with the Reunion Chamber to be able to train our youth in all these professions, which will certainly be needed by the investors.
Comorian youths are usually polyglots, and you will find guides who can speak 5 languages. Anyway, they at least handle English, French, and Arabic well.
Moreover, with all this visible potential, this openness to the world, this determination, I think that real solutions are emerging, and I am convinced that we will see dramatic changes with the decrease of unemployment, that we'll see a Comorian youth capable of building this country's future. Considering that we have a really strong domestic tourism, we have an important potential pool of Europeans who live and work in Mayotte. Some 10 to 15,000 of metropolitans who want to travel. We need to get organized so that we can capture this regional market and use it to professionalize the sector.
There is a round table of touristic operators in order to improve the sector. A tourism quality charter should ensue. During this meeting, several points have been discussed with local institutions, with the ministry, and mainly with the airline companies which serve the archipelago.
We cannot develop tourism without developing transports. I think that now there is a responsibility for both the political instances and the international community to help the Comoros not to remain secluded. Air Madagascar links the Comoros directly to Paris.
Thus, at Moroni International Airport, a new terminal up to international standards and capable of receiving jumbo jets has been installed. Several companies such as Kenya Airways, Air Austral, Air Madagascar, African Comoros Express and Comore Aviation Internationale link the Comoros up to the rest of the world.
This is precisely where we are building right now. As I may point out to you in terms of tourism, if the Indian Ocean Islands, Mauritius, Madagascar, Mayotte, Reunion, are somehow our competitors, we would be hard put to outrank them. Yet our proximity to Eastern and Southern Africa and our cultural and religious links to them make us complementary to these other islands. We are the gate from the Southern Indian Ocean Islands to the continent and the Arabic Gulf. Now one can create a business in 2 days in the Comoros and obtain all the special authorizations within a week. This agency has been especially set up in order to facilitate investments. We are proud to be part of the first investors and to accompany our Comorian friends in their struggle for the development of the Comoros. As part of the Eurozone, it has a strong currency which is linked to the euro, and this is a considerable asset for an investor.
You know, in the Comoros, we can develop a unique kind of tourism because we have really incredible assets. You come to Grand Comore and discover the Kartala, a one-of-its-kind volcano. Then you go to Moheli, for example, and visit the sea park with endemic species. Then again, you go to Anjouan, where you can see its unique wild forests not spoiled by man's hands yet. Thus, I think that in 1 week, you have seen the whole of the archipelago, and you can leave quite content of your trip.
Imagine for a moment that your investment becomes our common success. The Comoro Islands, the unknown, the birth of a small paradise.